John R. Cash, born J. R. Cash, February 26, 1932, was an American singer-songwriter. Most of his music contains themes of sorrow, moral tribulation, and redemption, especially songs from the later stages of his career. He was known for his deep, calm, bass baritone voice, the distinctive sound of his backing band, the Tennessee Three, that was characterized by its train-like chugging guitar rhythms, a rebelliousness coupled with an increasingly somber and humble demeanor, and his free prison concerts. Cash wore a trademark all-black stage wardrobe, which earned him the nickname, Man in Black. Born to poor cotton farmers in Kingsland, Arkansas, Cash grew up on gospel music and played on a local radio station in high school. He served 4 years in the Air Force, much of it in West Germany. When Cash enlisted in the Air Force after high school, he was not permitted to use initials as a first name. He adopted the name, John R. Cash. In 1955, when signing with Sun Records, he started using the name, Johnny Cash. After his return to the United States, he rose to fame during the mid-1950s in the burgeoning rockabilly scene in Memphis, Tennessee. He traditionally began his concerts by introducing himself with, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash." He began to follow that by Folsom Prison Blues, one of his signature songs. His other signature songs include I Walk the Line, Ring of Fire, Get Rhythm, and Man in Black. He also recorded humorous numbers like One Piece at a Time, and A Boy Named Sue, a duet with his future wife June called Jackson, followed by many further duets after they married, and railroad songs such as Hey, Porter, Orange Blossom Special, and Rock Island Line. Cash is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, having sold more than 90 million records worldwide. His genre-spanning music embraced country, rock and roll, rockabilly, blues, folk, and gospel sounds. This crossover appeal earned him the rare honor of being inducted into the Country Music, Rock and Roll, and Gospel Music Halls of Fame. His life and career were dramatized in the 2005 biopic Walk the Line. In 1999, Cash received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2004, Rolling Stone ranked Cash number 31 on their 100 Greatest Artists of All Time list and number 21 on their 100 Greatest Singers list in 2010. In 2012, Rolling Stone ranked Cash's 1968 live album at Folsom Prison and 1994 studio album American Recordings at number 88 and number 366 in its list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. Cash received multiple Country Music Association awards, Grammys, and other awards, in categories ranging from vocal and spoken performances to album notes and videos. In a career that spanned almost 5 decades, Cash was the personification of country music to many people around the world. Cash was a musician who was not defined by a single genre. He recorded songs that could be considered rock and roll, blues, rockabilly, folk, and gospel, and exerted an influence on each of those genres. Cash was inducted into the Rockabilly Hall of Fame in 1999. He was also inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame 1977, the Country Music Hall of Fame 1980, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 1992, GMA's Gospel Music Hall of Fame 2010, and the Memphis Music Hall of Fame 2013. Other than Elvis Presley, Cash was the only artist inducted as a performer into both the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 2001, he was awarded the National Medal of Arts. On September 12, 2003, at approximately 2 a.m. Central Time, while hospitalized at Baptist Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee, Cash died of complications from diabetes, at age 71. His death came less than 4 months after his wife's. Loretta Lynn, born on April 14, 1932, was an American country music singer and songwriter. In a career spanning 6 decades, Lynn released multiple gold albums. She had numerous hits such as Hey Loretta, The Pill, Blue Kentucky Girl, Love is the Foundation, You're Lookin' at Country, You Ain't Woman Enough, I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, Don't Come Home a Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind, One's on the Way, Fist City, and Coal Miner's Daughter. The 1980 musical film Coal Miner's Daughter was based on her life, in which actress Sissy Spacek portrayed Lynn. Lynn received many awards and other accolades for her groundbreaking role in country music, including awards from both the Country Music Association and Academy of Country Music as a duet partner and an individual artist. She was nominated 18 times for a Grammy Award and won 3 times. Lynn wrote more than 160 songs and released 60 albums. She had 10 #1 albums and 16 #1 singles on the country charts. Lynn won 3 Grammy Awards, 7 American Music Awards, 8 Broadcast Music Incorporated Awards, 14 Academy of Country Music, 8 Country Music Association, and 26 fan-voted Music City News Awards. Lynn remains the most awarded woman in country music history. She was the first woman in country music to receive a certified gold album for 1967's Don't Come Home Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind. In 1972, Lynn was the first woman named Entertainer of the Year by the Country Music Association. In 1980, she was the only woman to be named Artist of the Decade for the 1970s by the Academy of Country Music. Lynn was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1988 and the Country Gospel Music Hall of Fame in 1999. She was also the recipient of Kennedy Center Honors, an award given by the President of the United States, in 2003. Lynn is ranked 65th on VH1's 100 Greatest Women of Rock and Roll. In 1994, she received the Country Music Pioneer Award from the Academy of Country Music. Loretta Lynn was honored with multiple awards in 2010 as the music industry celebrated her 50th year as a country artist. She received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award on January 30, 2010. As of 2022, Lynn was the most awarded female country recording artist and the only female ACM artist of the decade, the 1970s. Lynn scored 24 #1 hit singles and 11 #1 albums. She ended 57 years of touring on the road after she suffered a stroke in 2017 and broke her hip in 2018. Country music icon Loretta Lynn died of natural causes in her sleep at her home in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, on October 4, 2022, at the age of 90. Willie Hugh Nelson, born April 29, 1933, is an American singer, guitarist, songwriter, actor, and activist. He was one of the main figures of the outlaw country subgenre that developed in the late 1960s as a reaction to the conservative restrictions of the Nashville sound. The critical success of his album Shotgun Willie 1973 combined with the critical and commercial success of Red-Headed Stranger 1975 and Stardust 1978 made Nelson one of the most recognized artists in country music. Nelson has acted in over 30 films, co-authored several books, and has been involved in activism for the use of biofuels and the legalization of marijuana. Nelson wrote his first song at the age of 7 and joined his first band at 10. During high school, he toured locally with the Bohemian Polka as their lead singer and guitar player. After graduating from high school in 1950, he joined the U.S. Air Force but was later discharged due to back problems. After his return, Nelson attended Baylor University for 2 years but dropped out because he was succeeding in music. He worked as a disc jockey at radio stations in his native Texas, and at several radio stations in the Pacific Northwest, all the while working as a singer and songwriter throughout the late 1950s. During that time, he wrote songs that would become country standards, including Funny How Time Slips Away, Hello Walls, Pretty Paper, and Crazy. In 1960, Nelson moved to Nashville, Tennessee, then signed a publishing contract with Pamper Music that allowed him to join Ray Price's band as a bassist. In 1962, he recorded his first album, And Then I Wrote. Its success enabled Nelson to sign with RCA Victor in 1964 and join the Grand Ole Opry the following year. After mid-chart hits in the late 1960s and early 1970s, Nelson grew weary of the corporate Nashville music scene. In 1972, he moved to Austin, Texas, returned to performing, and appeared frequently at the Armadillo World headquarters. In 1973, after signing with Atlantic Records, Nelson turned to outlaw country, including albums such as Shotgun Willie and Phases and Stages. In 1975, he switched to Columbia Records, where he recorded the critically acclaimed album Red-Headed Stranger. The same year, he recorded another outlaw country album, Wanted. The Outlaws, with Waylon Jennings, Jesse Coulter, and Tomple Glazer. During the mid-1980s, while creating hit albums such as Honeysuckle Rose and recording hit songs such as On the Road Again, To All the Girls I've Loved Before, and Pancho and Lefty, he joined the country supergroup The Highwaymen, along with fellow singers Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, and Kris Kristofferson. In 1985, he helped organize the first Farm Aid concert to benefit American farmers. He has appeared at the annual concerts ever since. In 1990, Nelson's assets were seized by the Internal Revenue Service, which claimed that he owed $32 million. The difficulty of paying his outstanding debt was aggravated by weak investments he had made during the 1980s. In 1992, Nelson released the IRS tapes, Fooled by My Memories. The profits of the double album, destined to the IRS, and the auction of Nelson's assets cleared his debt. During the 1990s and 2000s, Nelson continued touring extensively and released albums every year. Reviews ranged from positive to mixed. He explored genres such as reggae, blues, jazz, and folk. Nelson uses a variety of music styles to create his own distinctive blend of country music. His nasal voice and jazzy, off-center phrasing has been responsible for his wide appeal, and has made him a vital icon in country music, influencing the new country, new traditionalist, and alternative country movements of the 1980s and 1990s. Nelson made his first movie appearance in the 1979 film The Electric Horseman, followed by other appearances in movies and on television. Nelson is widely recognized as an American icon. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1993, and he received the Kennedy Center Honors in 1998. In 2011, Nelson was inducted to the National Agricultural Hall of Fame, for his labor in farm aid and other fundraisers to benefit farmers. In 2015, Nelson won the Gershwin Prize, the lifetime award of the Library of Congress. In 2018, the Texas Institute of Letters inducted him among its members for his songwriting. He was included by Rolling Stone on its 100 Greatest Singers and 100 Greatest Guitarists lists. Nelson is a major liberal activist and the co-chair of the advisory board of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, which is in favor of marijuana legalization. On the environmental front, Nelson owns the biodiesel brand Willie Nelson Biodiesel, whose product is made from vegetable oil. Nelson is also the honorary chairman of the advisory board of the Texas Music Project, the official music charity of the state of Texas.